Nurses turned their backs on the Health Minister this morning as he spoke at the union's annual meeting in Wellington. Simeon Brown's speech coincided with the release of a report showing New Zealand hospitals were short an average of 587 nurses every shift last year. Political correspondent Zane Small reports.
As the Health Minister delivered his speech to the Nurses Union,
let's build a system that works together.
Nurses turned their backs on him to protest staff shortages.
What we are seeing face to face at the bedside every day are patients' care that have been compromised because there are not enough nurses.
We want nursing to not just be a job, but a sustainable and rewarding career.
But the Health Minister's speech coincided with the release of a new report commissioned by the Nurses Organisation Union that found New Zealand's hospitals were short an average of 587 nurses every shift last year. Findings based on data collected from 59 public hospitals across 2 years.
Many of our nurses were saying, we go to work, we're short-staffed. This was about creating the data to give evidence so we can have a conversation with the ministry and the minister around the gaps that we're seeing.
Al Deashan is a healthcare assistant.
There's huge shortages of nursing staff, of midwives, of healthcare assistants right across the country, and the solution is more funding and employing more healthcare workers.
More than 36,000 nurses walked off the job in July over concerns about staff shortages. The Health Minister criticised the union for striking due to the thousands of deferred procedures.
I found it quite insulting to attack us for taking strike action.
I expressed my views in regards to the impact of strikes on patients. Thousands of patients have had care delayed, hips, knees, cataract operations delayed, and ultimately that is a very real human cost, which I believe needed to be called out. But look, at the same time, I acknowledge the need that we need to be hiring more nurses.
In a statement, Health New Zealand, the government entity that employs hospital nurses, told us we value the significant contribution of our nursing workforce in helping to care for the health of New Zealanders and their communities, and we look forward to considering the Nurses Organisation's report. And while the report found that hospitals were short an average of 587 nurses each shift last year, that was down from an average of 684 in 2023.
The report they released today shows that the situation has improved. There's clearly more work to be done.
This has been a long burn, right? And you can only burn people for so long. You can only continue to sweat your assets in terms of staff for so long before you start to see the psychological and physical impact of that.
A warning on display to the Health Minister today.
So, Zane, where to from here for nurses?
Well, the union tells me there's another round of bargaining tomorrow. They say that would make it the 30th day of bargaining that they've engaged in. It's been going on for about a year now, but the union says concerns remain about safe staffing levels, so it is possible that the deadlock will just continue. Now, Health New Zealand has previously said that the offers it's put to the union were fair because of the financial constraints on the government. And tomorrow we'll get an update on GDP, which should provide a bit more insight into whether the economic situation is improving.
And in some other political news, Zane, Shane Jones got a promotion today.
Yeah, that's right. It sort of came out of the blue today, the statement from Winston Peters, the leader of New Zealand First, announcing that the New Zealand First caucus had unanimously elected Shane Jones to become the official deputy leader of the party. Here's what Shane Jones had to say about it today.
Oh no, we're getting ready for what's going to be an intensely political year in 2026, and we're taking nothing for granted in terms of how tight the race is going to be. And I want to be in a position to do as much as possible to support Winston. He's the best campaigner, he knows how to attract the crowd, but I'm going to also broaden the appeal in terms of getting out there into the nooks and crannies.
Now, Winston Peters acknowledged that Shane Jones is already seen as a sort of de facto deputy leader of the party. In fact, many people would probably be surprised that he wasn't already. But Winston Peters said with the party going into an election year next year. He said giving Shane Jones that official title will give, quote, certainty, direction and structure to the party's political campaign.
OK, Zane, thanks so much. Tēnā koe.